You have tapped or you've clicked onto the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video, the Thursday evening edition. It is already the 26th day of September, October right around the corner, and it'll start to feel a little more like October, at least in terms of the humidity, by the middle of next week. But until then, kind of unusually muggy for this time of the year. And of course, we've had some unsettled weather this week, some needed rain. The official numbers at the airport, now we had some early morning showers today. Otherwise, it was just kind of a ho-hum cloudy day. A couple hundredths at the airport this morning, 0.96 yesterday. Tuesday is 1.2, easily the wettest day of the month. We're still running just a small deficit at the airport, but we've made up a lot of lost ground, not only, of course, at the airport, but in many other places this week. And it is Thursday, so we get an update on the drought monitor. Now, you may know the way these drought monitors work. The data is released on Thursday, but it's actually compiled earlier in the week. And so the rain that we've gotten over the last couple of days isn't necessarily reflected in the drought monitor update today, this Thursday. So, yeah, despite the rains over the last couple of days, officially we are in a severe drought now in parts of our viewing area, especially into Columbiana and Mahoning counties. This is a change. We were in a moderate drought last week, but this week, before the rains that we've had over the last couple of days were counted, we were upgraded to a severe drought in much of Mahoning County, southern parts of Trumbull, and a good chunk of western and central Columbiana as well. The state of Ohio as a whole, it's over 1/4 of the state that's now in a severe drought, much like parts of our viewing area. In fact, the exact number is 28.56%, 12.6% in an exceptional drought. And as I just showed you on the map, that's mostly in the southeastern part of Ohio. They have way too much water down in the southeast. These are the rain totals thus far, and there's a lot more rain coming. So this is going to be a very serious situation, not only as the hurricane makes landfall in Florida this evening, but well up to the north, a kind of precursor of the arrival of the hurricane. A lot of rain has been squeezed out in the Carolinas, up into the central Appalachians from West Virginia, down through the Smoky Mountains, and into the western parts of the Carolinas as well. And a good chunk of Georgia has had at least a couple of inches worth of rain just over the last 48 hours. Landfall with Helene will occur after I record this video this evening, probably before 10 p.m. in the Big Bend area of Florida. This is that concave cutout, if you will, in the northwestern part of Florida. It's been a very squally afternoon in Tampa. Conditions are deteriorating closer to Orlando. Now, of course, the center of the storm is pretty far away from those locations, but there's been some gusty winds and, of course, a lot of rain and an ongoing tornado threat as well. And as of 7 p.m., this was upgraded to a Category 4 storm. We, talked about how this has been a trend in recent years, this rapid intensification prior to landfall. It's something we've seen far too often in the last handful of years with landfalling hurricanes in the U.S., and Helene is proving to be no exception. A Category 4 storm, winds of 130, and there are some gusts around that eye wall of 155 miles per hour. But this thing is trucking. North-northeast, 23 miles per hour, the movement on this. So again, a landfall expected over the next few hours in the northwestern part of Florida. By tomorrow morning, by daybreak, it'll be way up into Georgia. So again, this thing is moving quickly. So the center of circulation already in southern Georgia by 2 a.m., putting it on track to be closer to Atlanta by daybreak tomorrow morning. And because this thing is moving so fast, it's still probably going to be a hurricane fairly far deep into Georgia. Once it moves over land, of course, it's going to start weakening, but it's moving at 25 miles an hour. So that won't give it a lot of time to weekend before it heads into a lot of population centers, including the Atlanta area. Now, the remnant of this system, as it continues to weaken into a tropical depression and then just a regular remnant low, still expected to kind of hang out for a little while across the lower Ohio Valley, parts of Kentucky, and it'll be far enough away from us that we're just not going to see a lot of rain here locally from Helene. So the wind, of course, will be an issue upon landfall this evening, but because, again, this isn't going to weaken all that rapidly compared to its forward speed, the wind's going to be an issue all the way up through the Carolinas, into the Tennessee Valley, even as far north as places such as Cincinnati and Indianapolis, Dayton even. There's going to be some gusty winds out of this Friday afternoon, early Friday evening. So a wind-driven rain at times, Louisville, Cincinnati, Evansville, Nashville, Indianapolis. But you'll notice once you're kind of east of I-71, and especially out towards I-77 and points east, the wind is not going to be a real big deal around here. Yes, it's going to be a noticeable breeze Friday afternoon and for football Friday evening, but it's not going to be anything all that noteworthy. What is noteworthy are the dew points. It's just sticky out there. And with a calm wind for a lot of the day today, it just felt very heavy outside, especially considering it's late September. With the dew point in the mid-60s and the air temperature not much warmer than that and a lack of a breeze today, it just kind of felt kind of clammy out there. We'll at least have a breeze to kind of help mix up the atmosphere a little bit on Friday. Heading off to football Friday evening, grab the wet weather gear. You'll notice the rain chances are pretty elevated, but the intensity of the rain is going to be on the lower side. So a lot of places are going to get wet, but only a little bit wet. A couple of rain showers, I should say, pretty likely late afternoon into the evening, but it's going to be mild. Temperatures upper 60s to around 70 for football Friday evening. Model depiction of the rain, again, much heavier, back towards Cincinnati. Northeastern part of the state, western PA, we get grazed by a couple of showers, couple of raindrops into early Friday night. A large part of Saturday will be dry. I think the rain chances will increase again by Saturday night and especially into Sunday as the remnant low starts jogging back east ever so slowly. That'll keep the wet weather, pretty likely, I think, into Sunday night and parts of Monday as well. But the final weekend of September will be a warm one. It'll be a muggy one. 78 on Saturday, 74 on Sunday. In fact, we're going to hang on to the unusually muggy air for the first 2 days of the new work week, Monday and Tuesday. Some changes, though, towards midweek. A cold front heads our way probably Tuesday morning and midday, and in the wake of that front, by Tuesday night and especially into Wednesday and Thursday, the dew point's much more typical of late September, early October, although it's not going to exactly turn real cool. We're going to have a cooler day on the second day of October, a couple of degrees below average, but after that, we go back above average by a few degrees. Now, we have to remember when we show these anomaly charts, we're into that time of the year now that the averages are falling quickly. And by early October, our average high is in the mid-60s. So a +3 or +4 in early October puts us at around 70 or 71. Doesn't put us up to around 80 degrees. So we have to keep that in mind when we talk about pure temperature anomalies as we head into the middle part of October. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Thursday evening. Just a reminder, no Geeks on Friday, but I'll see you back here on Monday. So have a great Friday and a great weekend. And enjoy the raindrops if you are longing for some more rain after this most recent very dry stretch.